Today on Bench Briefs, we're looking at a significant decision from the Supreme Court of Canada in the case of R.V. Kloubakov, delivered on July 24th, 2025. This case dives into important questions about how certain provisions of Canadian constitutional law are interpreted and whether they align with our fundamental constitutional rights. At its core, R.V. Kloubakov involves the appellant, Mr. Kloubakov, who challenged the validity of specific constitutional provisions. While the detailed background of Mr. Kloubakov's personal circumstances or the exact events leading up to the legal challenge haven't been publicly detailed, the case reached the Supreme Court because it raised pressing constitutional questions that needed clarity at the highest level. So, what exactly was at stake here? The Supreme Court had to decide whether the particular provisions in question complied with Canadian constitutional principles. More specifically, the court examined if these provisions respected the rights guaranteed under the Constitution and how they should be applied in Mr. Kloubakov's situation. This meant weighing the language of the law against the broader rights and freedoms that protect every Canadian. While the summary doesn't reveal the precise nature of the provisions challenged, the fact that this case made it to the Supreme Court signals the importance of the issues involved. Challenges like these often arise when individuals feel that their constitutional rights have been infringed or when there's uncertainty about how laws should be interpreted in light of evolving legal standards. The Supreme Court's role in R.V. Kloubakov was to provide authoritative guidance on these constitutional questions. When laws are ambiguous or potentially conflict with constitutional rights, it falls to the highest court to interpret the law in a way that balances legal certainty with the protection of fundamental freedoms. Why does this case matter? The answer lies in the foundational nature of constitutional law in Canada. The Constitution is the supreme law of the land, setting out the framework for government powers and individual rights. When provisions within this framework are challenged, the court's decision can have wide-reaching effects beyond the immediate parties. It can influence how laws are applied across the country and shape the legal landscape for years to come. R.V. Kloubakov serves as a reminder that constitutional law is not static. It evolves through cases like this, where courts interpret and sometimes redefine the boundaries of government authority and individual rights. These decisions ensure that Canadian law remains responsive to contemporary values and the rights enshrined in the Charter. In wrapping up, R.V. Kloubakov underscores the ongoing dialogue between individuals, laws, and the Constitution. Even without all the details about the appellant's background or the lower court rulings, the Supreme Court's engagement with these constitutional issues highlights the vital role the judiciary plays in safeguarding our rights and maintaining the rule of law. Thanks for listening to Bench Briefs. Be sure to join us next time for another episode where we break down the latest and most important cases shaping Canadian law.